Welcome to Sinister Heroes. I'm your host, Danny Iniquitous. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, this is a channel about Dungeons & Dragons where we try and take a darker tone with everything we do here. So if you like edgy kind of content, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. A big thank you to our Patreon supporters. We love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. What you do for us is absolutely amazing. We really appreciate it. And a big thank you to our good friends at Critical Failures, who are part of a live stream game. Check us out Wednesday nights. With all that out of the way, we're going to jump into this week's video. We're talking about hopefully the last of the small races, the AUTOGNOME. Alright, I don't know how I keep finding myself here, but here we go with another one of the small races. I hate gnomes. This is no exception. I don't understand why they're just allocated to be so powerful and other races don't have to deal with the same circumstances. But, you know, no one ever bans a gnome for whatever unforsaken reason. This gnome comes from Spelljammer, which is a space odyssey kind of a world. It is very unique in that you can kind of travel between universes almost. There's a lot of unique elements specifically to Spelljammer. So a lot of their classes and subclasses and things like that tend to have this like affinity for unique traits that might not seem as important because it's not normally in that kind of scenario, but they are very valuable characters either way, and I think some of them are pretty cool, like the Hadozzi and the Thrykean I think are just awesome. Plus there's the GIF, which is everyone's favorite hippo. So the AUTOGNOME, again, you're a gnome, so I hate you. Outside of that, you do kind of fall into a unique category because you are considered a construct. You are not a humanoid. You are not undead. You are not fey. So any spells that attack humanoids do not attack you because they don't work on you because you are a construct. You do suffer any of the penalties from being constructs, like the shatter spell and things like that. But it does make you immune to a lot of things because, again, you're a gnome, so nobody cares. You are small, which is part of my hatred towards you. Your walking speed is 30 feet, so you do keep pace with everyone else, which is pretty great. You do have armor casing, and this is pretty great. You are encased in thin metal or some other durable material. While you aren't wearing armor, your base armor class is 13 plus your dex modifier. That is a very strong armor. You can be a rogue or a ranger or even a fighter and still have a really strong armor class without having to wear any armor. Monks do fantastic with this. It's like the lizard folks natural armor. You do have built for success. You can add a d4 to one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw you make, and you can do so only after seeing the d20 roll but before the effects of the roll are resolved. You can use this trait a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Wow, and that stacks with guidance and bardic inspiration because they're all different abilities, which is quite frustrating from a DM's point of view, but it does give you a higher opportunity to succeed on those very, very important checks. You also gain Healing Machine. If the mending spell is cast on you, you can spend a hit die, roll it, and regain a number of hit points equal to the roll plus your constitution modifier. In addition, your creator has designed you to benefit from several spells that would preserve life that normally don't affect constructs. Cure Wounds, Healing Ward, Mass Cure Wounds, Mass Healing Ward, and Spare the Dying. Obviously that's important because otherwise you would not be able to be healed. I don't think anybody realizes how strong being able to cast a cantrip and healing yourself is, but I guess they just let this one go. Don't get me wrong, it does require your hit dice, and you only have hit dice per level that you are. So if you're a level 5 character, you can only roll 5 hit die. But if you're spending a cantrip to regain what could be a fifth of your HP, yeah, I don't think it's that big. I don't think it's that underpowered. I think it's quite overpowered in my opinion, but it might just be me, because again, you do still have to be in a situation to use it. It does give you, I think, an added benefit that no other species has, and I think that considering some of the other things you already have, might make you a little bit too powerful in comparison to the other species. You also gain mechanical nature, your resistance to poison damage, and immunity to disease. You have advantage on saving throws against being paralyzed or poisoned, and you don't need to eat, drink, or breathe. And then finally you gain, you gain 2 more abilities, I'm sorry. Sentry's Rest. When you take a long rest, you spend 6 hours in an inactive, motionless state instead of sleeping. In this state, you appear inert, but you remain conscious. So you are aware of your surroundings, but you cannot patrol. Like, your head is not moving, you're not oscillating in any kind of way, shape, or form. You're just kind of focusing down at whatever direction you're looking at. Depending on your scenario, yeah, maybe you could keep watch that way. But you are spending a longer time than people in trances would. But, to be conscious and not need to be powered to be unconscious while you're resting can be beneficial depending on the campaign you're in or the setting that you're in. Your passive perception would make a big difference here as far as hearing things. And then you have specialized design. You gain two tool proficiencies of your choice, depending on what character you are, what your party's like, and what your class is. Would kind of depict what tools might be necessary for the most opportune moments for you. But if not, you can pick whatever you just feel is appropriate. I think anything like smith's tools or engineering tools or anything like that might be beneficial to you because you're a construct. It kind of just makes sense to be able to have a wrench on you at all times. With that all said and done, we're going to bring this video to a close. If you've made it this far into the video, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. A big thank you to our Patreon supporters. We love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It means a whole lot to us. What you do is just amazing. Big thank you to our good friends at Critical Failures. We're part of a live stream game every Wednesday night. Check us out. Check out the channel. It's in the description, and it has all of our uploads previously to this one. We're on session 23 now, which I think is pretty impressive. Definitely check it out, and thank you for giving a spooky kid a chance.